Hi, I'm Allison, and for my capstone project, I made a bubble machine. In the real world, this can be used for two main reasons. One is for having fun with bubbles, obviously, and the second is it can be used in things like music videos or any kind of production really, like a TV show or a movie. First, the science of bubbles. When a bubble is formed, it's not actually just soap. It acts like a soap sandwich. The soap is the bread, and there's a thin layer of water in the middle as the filling. And then, of course, there's air. Bubbles pop when this thin layer of water is somehow removed. So, when you touch a bubble with your finger, the water layer is attracted to your dry skin and is removed. That's why you can sometimes pick up bubbles when there's bubble solution on your finger. This can also happen in drier climates or on hot days. When you make bubble solution, you can add extra ingredients to combat those things. Adding glycerin and corn syrup can help because they slow down the process of the water evaporating, so I added corn syrup to my bubble solution. Now for the coding aspect of my project. I used a stepper motor that spins at the speed you tell it to, and for my fan, I used a computer fan to blow the bubbles. I used an on-off switch to control the circuit, and the last part I used is a relay, which is a switch to help control more powerful components. I used it to help control my fan. For the model of my bubble machine, we made a wooden box with two holes in the front for the motor and the fan. We used nails and a hammer to hold the box together, and later added a small shelf for the bubble solution container to stand on. Here's how it ended up looking. And there is an open back so I could put all of the wires back there. Finally, here's a video of the bubble machine blowing bubbles. In conclusion, I've learned how to code lots of new parts, a switch, a relay, and how to add a battery pack into a circuit. I ran into lots of problems in the making of the bubble machine, but most of them were related to parts not working or like pieces of my code not working. I had a faulty switch, a fan that was too powerful for my Arduino, a fan that was too weak to blow bubbles, and other complications like that. If I were to do this project again or had more time, I would do lots of things differently. I'd make the model more secure by using screws instead of nails, do more research about how to code new parts, use different material for the bubble wands, and save more time for troubleshooting at the end. This project has really taught me that even if you have a working concept and all of your tasks seem manageable, there's no guarantee that everything's going to go as expected, and that's okay. I ended up being able to fix my machine at the last minute, but that's not guaranteed either. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Bye!